Okay, so this is kind of my weight loss discussion video. It's really hard. I'm going to try to do it fast and try to keep it under 15 minutes, 15 minutes or under. Weight loss and fertility. It's nothing no one wants to talk about, especially when you're dealing with weight struggles. I was, in 2012, the heaviest I had ever been in my life, summer of 2012. I had topped 260 pounds. I was 5'6". I had high blood pressure. I was taking 4 different medications 2 to 3 times a day for my high blood pressure. I had sleep apnea. I had stopped breathing 116 times in an hour. During a sleep study, I had to have a CPAP machine. I could sleep anywhere between 12 and 18 hours a day and feel like I had gotten 1 to 2 hours of sleep. I had PCOS. I had cyst rupture all of the time. During one point in the 5 years of infertility struggle that we were trying without Clomid and just trying on our own, I had gone an entire 11 months with one cycle. I did Clomid every pregnancy. All the pregnancies and losses I had received, the 2 tubules and the loss of our daughter and son, those 4 pregnancies were conceived doing Clomid. I never conceived on my own. I had to do Prevera, I had to do Clomid, I had to do all this cycle tracking. I had to be on progesterone because my body was making too much testosterone and, wasn't doing well with the pregnancies. I was forcing something in my body that my body didn't want. I wanted it. I was going to be a great mother. I wanted a baby. But I was forcing something that my body was telling me shouldn't happen. Now, I'm not saying that people that do IVF, I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about myself. People that go into IVF because they have fertility issues, yeah, they're forcing something, but their bodies can't do it. In my case, my body could do it. I didn't know it. And my health was so bad that my body was protecting itself. That's my situation. Not everyone's situation. I know beautiful 120 pound women that are fit that have to go do IVF because their body doesn't ovulate. That is not what I'm addressing. That's not what I'm talking about. There's always exceptions to everything. So, in my situation, I was forcing something that my body was not doing on its own because it was unhealthy. I can never know fully, but I cannot say without a shadow of a doubt that my health, my blood pressure, my sleep apnea did not cause or help some of the loss that I had in my life. I know that cervical stuff was a lot of it, but I cannot say at the end of the day that my blood pressure, that would oftentimes get up to 200 over 100, did not affect my pregnancy. Of course it does. So I don't really know. But I finally hit a moment in my life after burying my son. We went on an amazing vacation with some of the money that we got from our insurance for losing our daughter. We went to Disney World because Disney is my favorite place. And it's the only place sometimes that can cheer me up. Anything Disney is. My husband said, let's just take some of the money and go. Before moving to Arizona, summer of 2012, at my heaviest, we went to Disney World. And that was the trip of my life. But I had never been more miserable in my life. I couldn't walk up certain hills. I was tight fitting in certain rides. I was so heavy that my feet killed me so bad. Not from just walking a lot like I get now, but the weight, the bloody sores, the blisters. I mean, I couldn't do all that I wanted to do because it took me so much time because I was so heavy. And I got home from the trip and I thought to myself, now is the time. It's been a year and a half since the loss of our son. What are we going to do? Let's just start looking into adoption and talking about things like that because it's not working. And I thought to myself, even if I adopt a baby, I won't be the best mother for that baby because I'm heavy and because I'm struggling with my health. I could die in my sleep due to my blood pressure issues. And that is selfish. I love my future child enough that I would want my future child to go to a different home. If I'm going to adopt a baby, that baby would be better off in a different home because as much as I would love that baby, I couldn't be the best mother I could be, at least in effort. If I could sleep 12 to 18 hours and still feel tired, how am I going to chase around a toddler and be the best mama? I'm not. And it was a huge reality to me. I spent many nights awake, tired, sleeping, crying over it because at the end of the day, I know that I couldn't be a mom, whether it came out of my womb or by adoption, in this health state. So I looked into weight loss surgery. Because at one point I did lose 50 pounds dieting and exercising, but it never went past that point. I could never get past that hump. I tried every diet out there. I exercised. I busted my butt. And it wasn't working. And I had labs drawn. I had everything drawn that showed massive hormone issues. Insulin resistance, PCOS, and that's why I couldn't lose the weight. There is a difference when you're sitting on the couch and you're eating pizza all day and you don't exercise and you don't try. And there's a difference between getting up every morning and running on that treadmill and eating salad and protein and taking your vitamins and doing everything you can and not losing any weight. There's a huge difference. So I knew that I needed help. I got the surgery done in April of 2013. The surgery was successful in the sense of I had already had good eating habits before, and I was working out before. A lot of people get the surgery thinking it's a savior and that it will save you and you won't have to do any work. And those people turn right back around and gain all the weight back. Because it works for a while. Of course it does. It's a quick fix. But you're not going to keep the weight off if you don't have the good habits. And thankfully, for the last 6 months, I had been busting my butt and nothing was coming off. So getting the surgery really didn't change much in my life. I mean, my husband and everyone was surprised at how well I bounced back from that surgery because I was already drinking tons of water. I wasn't drinking soda. You can never drink anything carbonated again, or you shouldn't. Let's just say that much. All of these, can't really eat sugar, can't really eat fats. You have to keep things at good portions. I was doing all that already. So thank God for that. I bounced right on back. In 7 months, I went from 260 to 137 pounds in 7 months. I have hardly any hanging skin, have hardly any issues because I worked out the entire time. I busted my butt. And October I went off of the birth control stuff that I was doing, the condoms, and by December I was pregnant. My pregnancy was amazing. It was healthy. It was easy. In October, when I made the conscious decision to try for a baby, to essentially just go off things, we didn't actually try, to just go off things, I was off of all of my blood pressure medicine. I was off of my sleep apnea machine. I had stopped losing weight in the sense that I had leveled off. I had had cycles every month for the last 5 months. On time. 30 days apart. I had never had that in 5 years of my marriage. And I thought, well, maybe this will happen. And it did. And I have my miracle son because of it. And the only thing I can tell people is if you think weight doesn't affect your fertility, you're crazy. Because it does. Statistics show that if you lose 10% of the excess body fat, which can be 10 to 15 pounds, you increase your fertility by 25%. That's huge. It is huge. If you have PCOS and you can lose 20 to 30 pounds, you can increase your fertility by 30 to 40%. I don't know how to put it into words, but if you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm doing all I can, I'm drinking water, I'm eating the way I should, I'm working out, and it isn't happening, contact me and let me know, and I will try to help you in any way I can. But if you're sitting there and you're not trying, and you're not doing what you could be doing, I want to encourage you that if you want a baby bad enough, you will do whatever it takes to make it happen. And it took a lot. I had to bury children. I had to be at the lowest point in my life and look at myself in the mirror and go, you really don't deserve to be a mother if you aren't going to give it everything you have. Everything you have. And you aren't giving everything you have. So, no judgment whatsoever. But if you aren't there, I hope you will get there. Because the only reason why I have him was I was fed up and I was done. I was tired of paying the money for fertility treatments. I was tired of forcing something that my body was kindly telling me, honey, you've got to fix it. And as hard as it is to let go of the addiction to want to be pregnant, because I was there too, you want it so bad. For 2 years, I let it go. And went, fine, I need to work on me. Because whether I'm going to be a mother through my own uterus or through adoption, I have to be healthy. So if you're out there and weight is a constant problem for you, keep at it. Keep at it. And if you're finding that hormonally things aren't allowing you to lose the weight that you need to lose, I highly recommend weight loss surgery. The only thing, before I wrap up, when it comes to weight loss surgery is don't you dare get it if you can't commit to it. Because it is temporary. It's like going and getting liposuction and coming home from liposuction and eating the same way. Liposuction was pointless if nothing in your life changes. So if you're highly considering doing weight loss surgery, I recommend that you do everything that you should do before surgery. Do it. Start your diet the way you need to. Take your vitamins every day. exercise every day. Because while the weight might fall off, you still won't be healthy. You might be skinny, but you won't be healthy. And fertility runs on health, not necessarily weight. Because I know skinny people that suffer from infertility. They're underweight. They're dealing with their own demons. And then there are healthy people that still suffer from infertility. So that's a completely different situation. But don't get the surgery thinking it's a fix-all, because I know people that are the same weight they were 5 years later or heavier after their weight loss surgery because they didn't do it right. And I'm happy to say that I weigh less now after having a baby, and those cravings are bad when you get pregnant, than I did before I conceived him. I busted butt after I had him. I made sure I ate right when I had him. And I have never been happier. So I hope this video was an encouragement to you. I hope that I've encouraged you and I haven't depressed you. I tried to keep it as positive as I can. But I love you. And I hope that you will get to that point where you will see the value in your future children enough to take care of you and to take care of you first.